recently heard the head of R&D of a worldwide tech company say that he wants for his team to show off about being lazy. He wasn't referring to lazy as in taking long lunch breaks. It's lazy in terms of how you actually do the work. No thinking, no reading, no comprehension, no feelings so that we remember how to do the task the next time. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with Copilot and the like. The workflows and ease with which it can perform a literature review are astounding. Why would you use a calculator to add 10 numbers when you could easily visualize and compile those numbers quickly in Excel? Same thing, but to the next level, moving beyond computation to tasks. This lazy philosophy is guiding towards something more ominous. Humans not thinking at all at work. Just picture Homer Simpson at the nuclear facility's operating switchboard, only with fewer buttons, and it fits into your hand. We have collectively decided to hand over many repetitive physical jobs to the robots, household chores and car making. Does any human even want to know how to do any of those things? But you see, when they replace my young tennis coach with a robotic arm, the human experience will disappear. Welcome to We Are the Machines. I'm Dr. Deetra Sau. This podcast is for those who want to use artificial intelligence. Through anecdotes and phrases, you will be fluent in AI in front of the executive team and at the dinner party. I explain how machines learn in the context of human learning and arm you with the right questions to be asking the machines or those who are building your machines. You will sound like an AI rock star by the end of each episode. Let's get started. In a lot of ways, the machine is a significant improvement on the humans. Food apps are far more efficient than calling in a food order, and you are permitted many options to curate your eating experience to your preferences. The machine can tell me more about my travel destination than any travel agent or book. I still go to the checkout counter at stores I frequent, often to chat with the cashier when we go to the cottage. But in Toronto, I rarely seek this experience because the cashiers are uninterested and almost upset that I've interrupted their texting to do their job. Recently at the grocery store, I asked the deli counter worker about which deli turkey had nitrates, and her response was, "Which one do you want?" In this case, I think that in fact a machine would be much more informative if that is in fact what the service worker is to provide. When service is divorced from customer care, the entire human experience is altered. Two impacts on the workplace are being touted now as positive: less humans and less repetitive jobs. Hey, we are great when we are imaginative, inspired, passionate, but repetition kills creativity. So that's great, but what are we contributing? Think about your job. What parts of it could you tell a machine to do? Hey, Copilot, write an email to my boss explaining the numbers in this report that you created. You see, the world of work we are creating now has agents to do each step. There is no operator required for repetitive jobs. Think about how you learned to do things. You did it repeatedly. Whether it was your times tables or how to tie your shoes, you did it repeatedly. And you can refer to my episode on reinforcement learning to learn more about what repeated learning is. This is how you got better at the task until you were able to adapt to new situations doing that thing. Think driving or sports. Humans are trained on repetitive jobs because that's what we require in order to progress in our development. That's why educators emphasize that the old school method of learning mathematics, that of repetition, is the most effective teaching method. So when we remove this learning step, then how will the entry-level people be trained to do the senior-level roles in the description they have now? They will already know how to make the machines do the work for them. So when they get to the next levels, they'll automate it as well. And that will progress through the hierarchy. Let's look at this from a corporate point of view. As the new people come in, and it is great that they know how to communicate with the machines in order to accomplish a job, they learn what is required to do the job, but not how to do it. They progress to the next level and have no idea how to do anything, but have lots of ideas on making machines do that job too. Mark Daly of Western University in Ontario says, So anything that requires cooperation, collaboration, and collective action is going to remain a profoundly human domain. Mr. Daly's quote is derived on an assumption that work inherently has a need for others. While leadership might tell you that collaboration is key to the success of the corporation, if no one knows how to do the work itself, then what are we collaborating about? But most work could continue without it. These are the human fundamentals of work, which will be attacked in the next generation of AI in the workplace. And it's already probably happening now in many of your workplaces. The new hires who don't know how to do things don't want to sit in a meeting room and figure out how to do it strategically. The attention span just isn't there, much less the interest in the work itself. It would be like when I'm prompting my kids to clean their rooms. I'm not that worried about how it is done. I just want the job done. And so the current workplace will be for everyone. The result? HR gets automated. You will meet a human once during the competition in a small room to verify that you are a human. Okay, time for a question. What do you as the individual contribute to the work you do? I'd like to think that my sparkling personality and quick mind make me special in the workplace. But ultimately, those two personality traits are not requirements for the job. It just enhances the human experience for me and the people surrounding me. But the work in theory could be done by anyone or thing that can process data, combine it with data from other divisions in the corporation, and collectively derive a decision. Sounds pretty stale, but machines are ambivalent to the mood in the room. Yet collaboration is the only remaining way to maintain the humanity at work in terms of the result of that work being the best for the humans consuming the product of that work. Built for humans, by human. So here's the message no one wants to hear since the pandemic. In-office work is the best way to maintain humanity at work. And although return to office has been sold to us as driving the economic engine, on one hand, we benefit from relationships at work. All of this is to say something very important about your current workplace. You have to learn how to use a large language model ASAP. Okay, let's take a moment for the human. As humans are being automated out of our traditional roles, we take on the roles of support and care of other humans, teamwork, and collective thought. See where you contribute to these areas in the workplace. That is the space which humans will inhabit the universe. Thank you for listening to We Are the Machines. I'm Dr. Deetra Sau.